Hi guys, welcome back to another video. We previously talked about a little bit of taxes, a little bit of QuickBooks and insurance. If you have not seen those videos, please click right here and you'll be able to watch those. This video, we're going to be talking about profit and knowing your profits and running a profitable business. But first, I would like to touch on payroll before I get into that. I recommend a third party because you don't want to sit here and try to calculate your own federal taxes, the state taxes, Medicare, Social Security, what all these things are deducted out of your employees' checks. You don't want to sit here and calculate these and be wrong, right? You don't want your employer to get hit with a huge tax bill at the end of the year because you made a mistake. So I leave that, I delegate that to a professional. I personally use ADP. I send in every other week. I send in what each employee hourly or whatever it may be. Let's use an example. John Doe, right, is getting paid $16 an hour. He worked 30 hours. They have an online profile. I log into my ADP profile and I put in 30 hours. They take care of paying the federal taxes, state taxes, and deducting anything that needs to be deducted for me. Now, there are no mistakes, right? If ADP made a mistake, they'll fix it themselves. And it's something that I don't have to think about. I just need to make sure my end is correct, my inputs are in, and we're done. They send me out printed checks. They send me out W-2s at the end of the year. I don't have to do a lot of math. Taxes are something that is very delicate. Payroll is something that is very delicate. So you have to learn how to delegate certain things out of a business. We're not professionals in those. We just need to know enough. Payroll is one of them, in my opinion.
What's their fee?
Not sure exactly what their fee is. I know it is on the higher end. I've tried other payroll companies and I've come back to ADP. They also have the service of 401ks if you would like to offer that. They will also do your insurance, workers' comp, if you would like that. I do not use their other services. I have an app on my phone that I can do payroll outside of the country. Very important if I'm ever away. I can go on my app and input what I need to input and payroll will be on time whether I'm here or not. They also have profiles for the employees where they can go in and print their own check slips so they don't have to bother me. If they need it for mortgage or car loan, whatever it may be, they can log into their own profile and see all of that. So that kind of delegates sometimes, little tedious things that I may need to do myself. They can now do it themselves. They can go on there and look at all that information on their app through ADP.
Is the roofing job you want to sign profitable or not?
Let's get into is a roofing job profitable or not? Now, this depends on every company, right? What you want to set your profit at and what you are going to run your business at. Could be 30, could be 40, could be 50, could be 60. That depends on you and your business. I'm not going to sit here and tell you this is the correct number, right? Because that is the type of business you want and the type of business that you are running. That is up to you. Some people are okay with making 30%. Some people are okay with 20%. If you want to sit here and keep a lower price, you keep a lower profit. It's the goal of your business is what's going to set that. So let's talk about that a little bit. So once we have set that profit, right, we're going to take last year's numbers per se, right? And we're going to take what was insurance cost, vehicle maintenance cost, any cost that it was included for running the business purposes, right? So we're going to see at what percent are we at yearly, right? So could say for informational purposes, we'll say the business made $100,000. Expenses on running the business was $30,000. That means all your expenses cost you 30% of your income for that year. So you now know that you minimum need to be at 30% just to keep your doors open, right? That's just the cost of running your business. That's kind of how you want to figure out where you need to be and where you want to be. If you want to make 30% plus another 10 for in-house for growing, maybe you want to pay yourself more, right? We got to figure out where we're going to get this money from. So at minimum, you need to figure out what it costs you to open your doors. That is the minimum that you have to be at. So now let's take a job. Let's say you charged, for easy numbers, $10,000 for this job. You're going to take the $10,000 minus $2,000 for materials, that we're at 8 now, minus $1,000 for labor, we're now at $7,000, right? Minus trash. Let's say that was $500. So now we're at $6,500, right? And then we have I always include a little bit for the everyday expenses. We have runners, we have trucks out on the streets, we have gas, we have insurance that needs to get paid. This is all on a daily basis, right? So let's add $500 to that. So now we're at $6,000. That was what we made, right? So right now we're making a little bit over 50% profit per job. That's kind of how you're going to calculate where you are sending per job. You need to make a set number of profit per job, no matter how big or small it is. You can't say, oh, it's okay, I'm not going to make any money on this job, but the next I will. No. Every single job needs to carry its own profit. You need to make money on every single job because you're never going to catch up. If you think, oh, it's okay, I can do this job and not make any because the next one I'm going to make a lot. What if something happened on this other job? Now you have two jobs that were not profitable, right? You cannot make profit. There's expenses to be made. People want to make more money. Where are you going to get this money from if you're not making money on each job? Employees want a raise. They want, maybe you need a new car in the business. So you always need to make profit per job. And that's kind of how I calculate it. Again, not an expert, I'm just giving my opinion here. You need to figure out where you want to be according to your business goals.
Is the formula materials, trash, employees?
So it's pretty much, the formula is what you sold the job for minus all the expenses it costs you to run that job. That bottom line.
So not the business.
I include a certain amount just per job, right? Because again, I know that it cost me $10,000 last year to run this business, for example purpose. But I don't know how much it's going to cost me this year because there might be less business, there might be more business. So I can't give a cost to run the business per job amount because I don't know. This business is not guaranteed. I don't know if I'm going to have 100 customers. I don't know if I'm going to have 5 customers. So I kind of calculate out of the business expenses a daily expense around how much it cost me last year, right? Let's say it was $500. So then I add $500 to that job. And that's how I kind of calculate my profit and kind of see whether I made money on that job or not. So again, you take what you sold the job for minus every expense that it costs you to run that job. I do a roundabout number of my daily running expense, trash, labor, material, the bottom number, then you then you divide it by the top number and you see your profit, whether it's 30% or it's 50% or 25. Now, if this is too low, you got to up this number, the top number, right? So if you came back out of a $10,000 job and you made that was your bottom line after all the expenses, $3,000, that means you're running it at 30%. Is that good enough for you? Is that okay for the type of business you are running and your goals? Can you accomplish all your goals with 30% profit per job? Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll do more videos, more information. Let us know if you like these kind of videos. If you have any specific questions, you can leave them in our comments.